Perišić knocked a cross into the path of Josko Gvardiol, who hammered the ball into the net. The Croatian side erupted. They had just tied the match at 2-2, seemingly saving themselves from World Cup elimination at the very last second. But the celebration was cut short. Norwegian referee Espen Eskås was called over to the pitchside monitor, a highly unusual move for an offside check. After a brief review, he overturned the goal. The response from the stands was immediate and furious. Irate Croatian fans peppered the pitch with a barrage of plastic water bottles, forcing a delay in the match while the players themselves tried to calm the crowd. The anger stemmed from a genuine confusion. To the thousands of fans in the stadium and to the players on the field, the play looked perfectly legal. They were furious because the naked eye was no longer officiating the match. What the crowd saw as a clean equalizer had been flagged by a forensic system analyzing the sport at a microscopic level. The culprit was a piece of technology living inside the World Cup ball, known as SNICO. It's a highly sensitive inertial measurement unit that logs spatial data and detects physical contact by registering micro-vibrations across the ball's surface. Let's look at the timeline of that 103rd minute cross. As the ball whipped into the box from the left side, it flew right past the head of Croatian striker Igor Matanović. High-speed replays showed virtually nothing, but SNICO picked up a distinct physical vibration. Matanovic's hair or skin had brushed the ball, a touch entirely invisible to broadcast cameras. That imperceptible touch was critical. It technically initiated a new phase of play. In that exact fraction of a second, Perišić was standing slightly offside before receiving the ball. Referees view this data as 100% objective proof. But for the fans watching, invalidating a dramatic equalizer over a micro-touch you literally cannot see pushes the rigid rules of the game right up against its emotional spirit. That tension was magnified by the sheer weight of the match itself. This was a grueling battle billed as the final World Cup meeting between two 40-year-old captains. Portugal had clawed their way to a 2-1 lead. They survived an intense Croatian counterattack, capitalizing on a 68th-minute Cristiano Ronaldo penalty and a massive 93rd-minute strike from substitute Gonçalo Ramos. Manager Roberto Martinez had completely isolated this knockout bracket from their group stage performance. He told the press they were treating this match as the absolute beginning of a second World Cup. Croatia made them bleed. They absorbed waves of offense, brought in heavy strikers, and turned the match into a physical war. The veterans on both sides exhausted themselves trying to push their nations into the final 16, pushing their bodies to the absolute limit. Yet all of that human effort, the tactical shifts, the physicality, the raw endurance, was ultimately decided by a single data point smaller than a speck of dust. The 2-1 scoreline stood. Portugal officially advanced to the round of 16 to face Spain, abruptly ending Croatia's tournament run. For the Portuguese squad, the win delivered a profound release. It arrived exactly one day before the anniversary of the tragic passing of their former teammate Diogo Jota, giving the victory a deep emotional resonance. On the losing side, the Croatian players were left weeping on the pitch. The whistle closed the book on the international career of their legendary captain, Luka Modrić. He had carried his country to a World Cup final and a semi-final in previous years. Here, his final exit wasn't dictated by an opponent outplaying him, but by a microscopic technicality processed in a server. This is the exact state of modern football. The margin between international glory and sudden elimination can literally be the width of a single hair brushing against a synthetic leather panel. As the sport fully embraces internal sensors and automated data, the human game is slowly transitioning into a forensic one, where pure human passion is ultimately subject to an audit.
Thank you everyone for watching. Make sure to follow Footmania India on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Bye!